host, Sarah Snell Cooke, and I have with me today Bill Butler. Welcome.
Thanks, Sarah. Good to be here.
Yeah, great to have you. And Bill is the CEO of a company called Kachinga. And I love that. I'm glad I said it correctly. I was going to let you have the first dibs on doing a little bit deeper dive on the introductions of yourself and your company.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Well, so as you mentioned, I run Kachinga, and Kachinga is in a unique position in the credit union space. We've got a program that's designed to provide youth banking to new members while encouraging financial education. So it's a robust software solution, and then we also have educational services and solutions for schools and nonprofits and things like that too. So.
Cool. Very cool. And so we're going to be, I'm going to be too at the Underground on October 25th in Vegas. And that, of course, is leading up to Money 2020. What do you see as the significance of that?
Yeah, this is a fantastic moment for both the underground and Money 2020 to have this convergence. I've been in the industry for a lot of years and been participants with my companies with both Money 2020 and the underground, right? And so it's great to see this collaboration between the two with the kickoff with the underground, with the credit union space. And it's really a unique opportunity to talk about technology, talk about ideas, bring new technologies into the fold from both directions. So I'm excited to see the two going hand in hand.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's the perfect combination to get credit unions out there and seeing what's next or what's new. And so you are going to be speaking on a panel at the Underground, and your panel is called Give to Get. Explain the goal of your panel and
Right.
what you hope to tackle while you got the stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Within the industry, I'd say the premise of really the reason why organizations have thrived and survived is this concept around collaboration. And so this give to get idea with the panelists is really to share some new thoughts, new ideas around how we'll collaborate and really renew or revive this idea of collaboration within the industry to bring new technologies, new resources and innovative ideas to the space.
Yeah, yeah. I like the words renew and revive because it was there, it's still there, but I do feel like it's less there, if that even makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely something that could be creating superpower for sure. Um, so how does what you're doing, what your company does, tie in with the underground coming up?
Yeah. So at Kachinga, we've been involved in the underground for a number of years, really focusing on thought leadership for the industry, and then particularly how to serve the youth population, right?
Hmm.
And a lot of the credit unions are facing the same challenges as their peers, right? It's need for growth, need for new memberships, and need for an increase in deposits, and so really we're coming in with our technology, our thoughts, our ideas around how to better serve the industry, but then also how to help that the rest of the industry grow and thrive. And so it'll be great to be there, great to be a part of it, share ideas, and we always learn a lot too from our peers in the industry.
Hmm. Yeah, and of course, the credit unions are also looking to getting younger members and get ahead of it this time. So I feel like a lot of credit unions feel like they
Absolutely.
missed the Gen Z or Gen Y boat, so to speak, at the time. So yeah, let's get ahead of it. I totally agree because our age is only going up. I think the average is 53 now. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The other interesting point too is that by the time the individuals are adults, they've typically found a financial institution of choice, right? So it's really hard to market and target those, adults to buy products or use
Mhm.
whatever credit union services are offered. So it's really important to, collaborate with the broader family unit and then grow from the ground up, right? Really
Yeah.
starting at that younger age.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully get those parents' accounts too. Um, and so,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, there, as you alluded to, there's a credit union track at Money 2020 this year, which is pretty exciting to see. The underground has been was very involved, if you will. Made a huge impact in making that happen at Money, getting credit unions to go to Money 2020 and vice versa, getting fintechs to the underground. And this latest action, the cussing, the CU strategic
Right.
or CU shared services, um, could have a tremendous impact too on the future of small and mid-sized credit unions, which really need the assistance, need the hand up right now. Um, I hope credit unions take advantage of shared services. So, what do you feel like the impact is going to be going forward with cussing?
Yeah, well, I think cuss is the proper term, right? We're
Mhm.
we're really trying to make a change in the space, and cry out, right? I mean, it's really a movement, an initiative to make change, and so I love really the theme around it. But more importantly, I know that the Mitchell Stankovic and Associates team has been working for over a year, multiple years, really kind of building out this plan, and so everything's really come together in a good spot. And I'd say, it's exciting to be a part of it, seeing where this is really going to support the smaller size credit unions, but then also bring in, all credit unions. I think there's an opportunity for all to collaborate with this shared services model. And it really opens a lot of doors for credit unions.
Yeah, I 100% agree to that. I've seen inside shared services models, and it creates that efficiency and at the same time the scale that those smaller credit unions need to really negotiate with some of these business partners and things like that.
Yeah.
So what is Kachinga's role in that?
Yeah, so when the team at Mitchell Stankovic, spoke with me about originally stepping into see what we could do to support this shared model. We've come up with a shared model for the credit unions to have a single digital app for the youth banking. One of the big challenges with building apps, designing digital solutions is the cost to build, deploy unique assets for each organization. And so for the smaller credit unions in particular, that becomes a challenge. And so we've overcome that by coming up with a singular, application that the industry can use. We also support those credit unions that can build it on their own, but more importantly, we tie it back to the core. And so
Mm,
our goal again is to support member growth, increase deposits, and that core connectivity is quite different than what might be out there in the market today, because it ensures that the credit union has access to those members and then also retains the deposits and those DDA accounts on their own, really to support the growth that's needed for the industry.
hmm And I think or what are you hoping credit union executives will be talking about there? What do you want to learn while you're at the underground?
Yeah, I mean, the underground always stirs up a lot of thought with the executives. I think a lot of people walk away energized and ready to take on their next challenge. I think we're going to see a lot of thoughts and talk around really change, right? I mean, there's a lot of pressure for the industry to make a decision sometimes whether to consolidate, to acquire, to join, to innovate differently. And so I think this is one new method that the industry really needs to look at to support sustainability with, where the credit unions are at today, right, and
Mm.
help them thrive. I'd say a lot of the questions and thoughts I'd like to see are around, member growth, around new technologies, and really innovation around this collaborative approach.
hmm Yeah. And I love that again, collaboration, that is our superpower. If we could,
Mhm.
just use it. Um,
Absolutely.
so why are you kind of touched on all of this, but why are you a supporter of the underground? How would you sell it to someone else to get them to attend?
Yeah, it's always a great event where Sue and the team at Mitchell Stankovic and Associates really bring together thought leaders, whether they're technology companies or their partners or their in the trenches as the, executives of these credit unions. And it's just always a great event for thought leadership, right? And I'd say, this particular event, I think is key because it coincides Money 2020. And so, there's going to be new ideas that maybe we're not even looking at in the industry that are coming up at this event.
Mm-hmm.
It could be around AI, it could be around this idea of new member growth, it could be blockchain. There's going to be a lot of great ideas that are generated through this collision between Money 2020 and the underground. And so it's a unique opportunity. And plus, the executives have an opportunity to be in one place,
Mm-hmm.
connect with each other, network as well, and then network with, maybe other fintechs and technology companies that are there for Money 2020.
And there are credit unions there of all sizes too. You got the guys in the $1 billion club and the guys down in the, or I shouldn't say guys, the credit unions down in the, $40 million club. So, yeah, it's a wide range of people, but a common mission, which is, like we said, super important. So I always allow my guests to give their final thoughts to wrap up. What would you like to leave our credit union executive audience with?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you giving me the microphone here. And really, again, I just encourage the executives to really, take one moment to stop, reflect on where they're at and look forward. I mean, there's a lot of pressure for, us to move in a lot of different ways for growth ideas or for innovation and new technology. One of the things that's come up in the past from the underground is really just kind of this self-reflection moment where we can focus on what's important to move forward, right? And so in a lot of ways, that forward movement is going to be tied to ways that we can grow your customer base, right? And increase deposits, and deliver on what the members want, right? And so I'd say, if there's a good reflection moment leading up to that event and then during the event, I think it will help with the executive's strategic plan for the
Mm-hmm.
upcoming year.
Yeah, perfect timing for that as well. Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today, Bill. I appreciate it.